All right, last one. The actual one that we want. This one, to win streak. Let's go. What do we have here? Come on, do not disappoint me. This is the only one that matters, not gonna lie. The other two that we check that, oh, okay, we check how cute it is. This one is, please be useful. I want some good stuff from here. Okay, so we do the same thing. We come here, we make sure it's one player, and we press play. And then see what we get. Oh, 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 my PC is dying. Oh no. Okay, maybe I can redo this. After this thing at least stop loading. Uh,
Uh,
so the first time this thing load, normally it's like it have like a buffer or something that it really take a lot to do it. But after the first load, it's probably fine. Oh my god.
you're getting cornered.
Okay, let me restart this real quick. Hello? Oh my god, I cannot. Okay, load and restart because I don't want it to be laggy. I just want to see it. Oh, maybe because I do the server. Forgot to stand alone maybe. So that still poorly performance. Huh? It is not good. This is good. Mm. Uh, let me restart one more time. Okay, I think it is a little better. Okay, so what we have here is we can walk about. It's super laggy, but hey, it is getting a little bit better maybe. Maybe it just spawned too many enemies. God, I can't see. This is so laggy. Oh, I can explode. That's not bad. God, it spawned too many enemies. It's so laggy for me.
Yeah, mine is also laggy.
Yeah, why it is this laggy? Uh, can we play in like a better performance mode? Because performance stuff. Can we do something about it? Performance and scalability. Oh, maybe we can do that. You see, controls. Real time data. What is that? Hmm, I'm not supposed to click that. Or maybe another thing is a go back to viewport. Maybe it would help. It's not better. Let me quick check the uh, uh, difference maybe. What do we have here? Viewport. Maybe I can make it smaller. Maybe it with less performance. Not viewport. Resolution maybe. What do we have here? Oh God, that's so big. Hello. How's it gonna trash? Look at that. No, 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 no. That's way too big. No one needs that. Please. Okay. Yes, you can make everything smaller. Okay. Is that gonna help? Maybe. You know. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if this is better. Okay. This one. Okay. I want another one. This one. Okay. Now it is small. Thank God. Hey, at least it's less laggy. Oh, hey, I finally can see, Who would have thought render in like 3000 by 2000 would kill the computer? Okay, at least this thing is move and like playable. I'm okay with that. Okay, I mean, this thing is pretty good at what it is doing. So you can walk around and shoot. Not bad. And then if that's left click. If I right click, it use the bomb, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good. Can I do that? Is that gonna kill? It really doesn't like when I go big screen. Die, die, please. Okay, I think my PC is not that good to handle this thing, so I'm gonna go on the smaller one. Because when I go big, my performance actually dies. So I will stay on the small. I'm so sorry if it look too small. Unfortunate. Deal with it. you know.
Mm.
Okay, this looks like a good, like, decent twin shooter because, like, if you look at it, what it already gives us so far, from what I see, is you have your thing that can move around. You can aim at 360, and you left click, you shoot the thing. When it hit the opponent, it die. The opponent surprisingly have AI that follow you around, right? From what I can tell, it follow me, and they have even have a spawner for us. This thing spawn enemy eventually, and you have two weapons. You have left click shoot, right click bomb, and there is a UI on here that you can collect bombs. There is a pick up exploding balls. When you pick up, it increases the bomb amount by one. So I mean, it's a pretty. Oh, this thing can bounce too. You think it bounce the wall? Okay. They are missing a lot of stuff, but this is a good base to have. Anything I'm missing here? But so far
Mm.
looks good. Oh, I mean, it looks good enough. Oh, and then when you get hit, it bounce you instead of kill you. So I can kill my opponent, but opponent cannot kill me. There is something subtle that you probably cannot see. Like, if I got hit by this guy, it slow down time. It have time slow here. So I don't know. Maybe it's a try like slow mo when you die or something. When I press bomb, this thing also do a slow mo. If you notice what happened. I mean, it's cute, but I personally I would say I will remove that feature because I don't need it. The slowdown actually messed me up more than helping. Oh, and then when this thing died, like explode into pieces, which is kind of cute. But okay, I guess. Not the feature that I really looking for, but it's good to have maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will use it. You know. But okay. Anyway, I see what we have here. I would say it's good enough. Not the best. Anything we want to check out for this one?
I mean, those were kind of all the stuff I used too, like the bullet and the bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else you can do.
Okay. So, from what we saw, at least we saw what this thing tried to present to us, but we don't understand anything about how they make this happen. So I think the next thing or two that we want to do, at least for today, and then that should probably be it, is we look what they have, like look how they make it, and then we talk about, okay, this is what they have. What would we want to add more to the future? Or what we actually want to make, right? Because at least one thing I can tell you here, this is the thing I don't like. We one shot the dude. I want enemy to have health, so I don't want to one shot them. I want them to have like that, but health bar on top. And when I shoot them, they lose health instead of like instant kill themselves or explode, right? And I also want us to have health and we can die, right? But right now it's not. We just don't have health. We are immortal. We get slow mo that we remove because I don't like the slow mo. It actually uh like interrupt me from moving than helping. Oh, also, if you did not notice when I press shift, This one you have dash. That's cute. It's dodge. But if you dodge into enemy, you get bounced. So what's the point? I would want to give dodge like invincibility for me. Instead of like, oh, I dodge into enemy, I die. Like hello. So what's the point of it? But they have dodge here. I press left shift. Left shift is a dodge in the direction that you are pressing. I mean, it's cute. But okay, anyway. So next thing, I think we should check out what they have, and then yeah, we can plan the future, and that's it. Does that sound
Hmm.
good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a folder that it gives us. That is the level, which is what we saw, whatever. There is UI, mesh input, effects, and blueprint. Blueprint is the most important. We can check something real quick. UI will not have much in there. Let's go. If you double click on it, pop this window for you. Like, wow. Yeah, what do you expect, right? I expect to see this. That is a UI. So, okay, I mean, there is nothing special about it. Is that okay? It's a UI. That's it. Eventually we will have to learn how to make the UI, but at this point, I don't care. They give me this UI good enough. You can look on the side. This is how they make it. I don't want to know about it right now. I just want to know this thing works. It gives me bombs, when you pick up bombs, it increase the bomb good enough. I don't care. Oh, another thing we should do is this thing when you press launch from the from the editor, from not the editor, from here, the Unreal. When you launch from here, it doesn't launch from your Visual Studio. So I think the next thing we should do before we dive into this is we should launch this thing, but from Visual Studio. The reason is if you do that, you can put a debugger on the Visual Studio because I would assume a lot of this stuff is actually run from the C++ code, and it would need you to debug on there. So I would prefer to launch from there instead. So let's close everything down real quick. And we are going to go to the Visual Studio and launch from there instead, which is this thing. Uh, Close this thing for now. Go
So
into the actual folder.
both Visual Studio and Unreal.
Close everything right now. Yeah. And then after you close everything, you are going to go to the place itself, which is supposed to be, where is it? Supposed to be this one. Right click, show in folder, and then it would be right here. You see this SLN, so you open
Yeah.
this SLN, and then this thing should launch your Visual Studio like that. Uh, don't worry about the other thing. Doesn't matter. That's on me. And then when you come here, you right click on this thing. That is something like this thing supposed to say ARPG because we name it this way. If this thing say it is UE5, this means you are on the wrong starting project. So if your thing look like, where is it? Where is my starting project? Hello? Am I blind? It's supposed to be around here. Oh, this one. This one. Right here. Right? It will say UE5 like this. If you press play here, it's not going to work. I can tell you now. So the fix is if you come here instead, pick your project, the right one, and then say starting project. What is right here? Set as start what startup project. If you click this, your thing here supposed to say what your project name is. If you name it like me, it will say ARPG. this thing you can either pick debug game editor or development editor. Pick one, which one you like more. The difference is if you do development editor, when you try to debug, it will not give you like the value or the info. Like something will be missing because you are in the development mode, not debug mode. So personally, when I do the thing, I go to debug editor. If you are about to ship the game or something, if you run in the development editor, it might be like a better performance and run a little more optimization. That, to be fair, at this point, we don't care right now. Eventually, we will care. But if you ask me, go use debug game editor and just press play, and that should launch the same thing that we have so far. And if pop the error, we have problem. Hopefully, you don't have the error. We don't want to see any error right now. Is that thing even try? So if you click here on the output, it should not have something that you don't want to see. Yeah, if this thing starts like popping like error and stuff, you don't want to see that. Oh, hopefully not, because we didn't even do anything. Like the moment you try to code something more, maybe it will pop more error. But at this point, it should not. If you see this thing, it say like 1 out of like 500 or whatever it is a good sign. Then it get past all the other part that you don't want to have the error, and then this thing should keep going.
Wait, slow down. I think I pressed the wrong button. Did you press for the run button? Did you press the which one did you press?
I didn't press it. I pressed the play button. You
Oh, you
go
pressed.
here. Yeah, after you
Oh,
set
okay.
this thing to be your startup project, then you press play, and then it should just do everything. I didn't do anything more than that. Oh well, I mean maybe this one you change to debug game editor. If you did not change, it
Yeah.
can be in the development game editor. That's fine. If you don't want to debug, you don't have to. I'm just saying in the debug, it will give you the actual info itself. Like because if you do development editor and then you come try to debug something in C++, sometimes it gives you the false info, or it just doesn't work at all.
Yeah, I pressed the button on the right of the button you pressed.
This one or this 5
The
one?
start without debugging.
Oh,
It was
start
just like
without
a
debugging.
yeah, it was a play button without the local
Ah, I
text.
mean that technically is fine for now because we don't try to debug at this moment. So yeah, it is whatever at this point.
Okay.
But eventually it will matter. But yeah, for this run alone, no, it doesn't matter. Even that button is fine. And then everything can load faster, so you can get to the actual thing. But yeah, at least right now, what we have is like newly generated. It is super clean from the Unreal Engine. So I would expect there would be no problem. It should run fine. Nothing is dirty. And eventually when we did something, we dirty our stuff and then it start popping error. It is your own fault. You did something wrong. You have to fix it.
Hmm.
So far it is fine. Hey, and my thing run. Woo, okay, good. I'll be back. I'll be back. You're still loading. Are you back here yet? Oh god, it load that thing. I don't want that now.
Mine. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, we go back to twin stick shooter. By the way, this window is super annoying in a way because this thing is always on top. When I double click this, it's already load something. It's load in the back. So like if I move it, it load. It just this thing is always on top. It's super annoying. So I normally like minimize it. I use this one. Like I use this one most of the time because this thing block only half the screen, and other ones block the whole screen.
Hmm.
But if you have two screens, then it's not a problem because that window will permanently on my yeah this window will permanently on my second screen. It's not blocking anything, right? But if you work with one screen, it is a little annoying. So I would recommend just use the thing down here. Okay, I will probably eventually use two screen, but at this moment, at least I want to show everything on the recording. So I will just use one screen for now. Okay, well, anyway, we'll quick check what we have and then see what it is in the store for us. UI doesn't matter. Mesh doesn't really matter, to be fair. This thing is like the enemy thing that you see before. What else is here? Input matter a little bit more. So we can quick check what input means. Uh, Input, this is probably what it means. The IMC. Uh, I don't know what IMC stands for, to be honest. What is it? Oh, I know.
Um,
It is
hmm.
input mapping context. Aha. Smart. What would IMC stand for? Yeah, it stands for that. Input mapping context. Normally in Unreal, the naming convention is like whatever that thing's supposed to be, and then just like shorten it down. So you start to see how they name it. It's like IMC twin stick is well that IMC, and then underscore whatever it's supposed to be, right? One button that is really useful in Unreal is this one. If you don't know what this thing is, this thing called show only modify property. This thing is normally super useful. Okay, it's not useful in this exact context yet, but okay, I'll get to the one that is useful in a little bit later. But right now, when we come in, it's just like this, and it is like not expand, and then it basically you expand it to see what is going on. So, how would I explain this? I don't think I have to explain this for now. It just know that because we didn't really dig into it, but we just look around to see what is in the store. So what you saw is here. So this thing called like IA action move. What is IA again? Let me quick check what IA means. Input action. Okay, IA is input action.
Hmm.
So if you read this, what you should get, the info that you get from here is, oh, to do action move, it relate to this key mapping. So you can use the left thumb, left stick to do move. You use WSAD to do move. And in the WSAD, you can guess what is inside. It's like you say W is like +1, go up. S is like -1, go down. It will be something like that. If you go look inside here, it will be kind of like what is the definition in here? It will basically kind of like see it says this. This one is like nothing. This one is like oh it negate off the first one. And AD is probably go left and go right. Or is whistle. I don't know what whistle actually mean, to be honest, but okay, I would assume it's like go left and right. Because what else is gonna be there, right? It WSAD, it up, down, left, right. Okay, we don't have to dig into how you set that thing up. You just have to understand what it do for now, right? We'll dig into that later. But so far, this game is only give you like you can move, you can aim with the stick, you can aim with the mouse, and this one is a right thumbstick. Makes sense. You can
Hmm.
interact. The interact is right trigger. So this is bomb. If you press F, it will also bomb. If you oh right trigger, this joystick. My bad. No, no, no. This is not right click. It's left mouse button. So this thing is shoot. When you
Yeah.
left mouse, it shoot. When you press F, it's also going to shoot. When you right mouse button, so this when you right click is do the bomb. So you can press G, it will also bomb. So in this context, it's called use item. Okay, I guess the bomb is the item. And then dash right here. If you left shift, it do dash, or if you do left shoulder on your joystick, it will also dash. Okay, I don't have joystick plugin right now, but I trust what they say here. So at least we know all the command here. You can move, you can aim, you can shoot, You can use bomb and you can dash. That's it. You can't do anything else because well, all your key mapping is here. So what else you gonna do, right? Make sense? You still follow?
Mm-hmm.
We good? We good? Okay, go next, go next. All right. What else do we have here? I jumped to another thing just because I click. Oh, that is another thing that is a little more useful, but we'll get to it. So in the input, it only have that. I don't care anymore. I think if you go in here, it tell you it have like those action, right? That do the key mapping. Whatever, we don't care about that. We just know that okay, this thing is all the key mapping is. You map to that thing somehow, whatever. Go next. What is next? Effects. Effects. Whatever. We don't care. It VFX. It just look good on screen. But we don't care about that right now. That's fine. Blueprint. Okay, this is a folder that is the most important. There is something in the AI. AI is the blue dude that try to walk and punch us. Which is whatever. We don't care. That's fine. I mean, we care. We'll go into that later. But this is the thing that we care. Oh, this is projectile. Ooh, do I want to dive that? You know what? We can quick dive. Why not? Okay. So the way you read this thing is you double click onto it. When you double click, it opens a new Windows. So this is your BP is blueprint. Uh, how can I explain blueprint? So if you see this, you see this thing on the right side. This thing called twin what? Twin stick projectile, right? So this is a class that come from the C++. I'll say CPP for now because C++ kind of hard to pronounce. Okay, from now on I will say CPP. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so this is a class that comes from CPP, and then this thing is a parent. You remember I mentioned something about inheritance at the beginning? Oh wait, I didn't
Yes.
mention it here. I mentioned it offline. But yeah, okay. If you know the programming concept called inheritance, it basically if you have the parent class, your child class can do the same thing as a parent class, but a little more or a little different. That is the easiest way to explain inheritance. So this thing, what it implies is that, hey, this is a CPP class for twin stick called twin stick projectile. And then this BP is like inherit from this guy, which means this BP can do exactly the same thing as this one, but a little more or a little less or a little different. So in this case, from what I saw here, it did the same thing but did something a little different. They changed the parameter of what the parent have to do whatever this thing want to do. And this thing will be useful when I mentioned that thing. You see this modify property. When you click on it, it is useful like that. So what this modify property show us is it will filter everything that look the same as a parent. It just filter it out. It only show you what this thing change. Does that make sense? It only
Mm,
show the change, so which means whatever we saw on screen right now is what the child do different from the parent. So okay, if we look at what it changed here, it changed that the mesh. If you don't know what mesh is this thing. Let me show you this here. Real quick. So this is the mesh. This thing, this sphere. You see this thing mesh, right?
yeah.
So mesh is this thing. Is the sphere. So from the parent probably doesn't have this because well, in the CPP they don't have this thing. This thing is in the editor. You have to layer these two different from each other. Like in the CPP, it have nothing in editor. Right? Whatever you see on this editor does not exist in the CPP file. In the CPP, you type text. There is nothing visual on it, right? So if you want to plug anything visual on your class or whatever, you have to plug in from the editor right here. So which means like yeah, this sphere and stuff does not exist in CPP. So that is why they plug it in here instead. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is why it modify here. It modify because you make it the BP twin stick and then you put the sphere on it. You put the material which is a glowing of the sphere on here, and then oh, it's set to no collision. I guess it starts tap function. I don't know. I don't know why this thing is here, but okay. But to make it a little more like more obvious of how modify actually works, so I can just show you this. So we have this thing called twin stick projectile here, right? So we can do inheritance from here. In the editor itself, you right click here and you say create a child blueprint of this thing. So if I create this, I click on it and then I call it BP twin stick child. Okay, you know what? That's good enough. This
Wait,
is
wait, wait.
yes, yes.
Wait, you're going a little fast here.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, I didn't do anything. I just come here, right click, create child, and then I will show
Okay,
you
hold
the
on.
setting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you click the blueprint twin stick projectile, then you right click.
Yeah, I click on this thing, I right click, and then I create the child of the thing that I'm selecting basically.
Okay.
Right. After you have the child, you can name it whatever. I did not even bother naming. It's already named good for me. It's a twin stick child, whatever, you know.
Hmm.
Okay, ready, ready. I'll go in.
Okay.
We good. Okay, if we good, I go in here. You notice the thing, it says the child. And then if you guess it right when I click modify here, what do you expect to saw if I click modify?
Anything that's modified in the
Anything that
properties?
modify from the parent. So what did I modify
Yeah.
so far?
Mm,
Nothing. I modified
yeah.
nothing. So if I click this, I don't know why it show here. I expect to have nothing here. Maybe that thing is always like permanently modified. I don't know. But if you notice, it does change the scale and stuff, you know. So okay, to show you the actual showcase, would be like, oh, if I go in here, I want to move the location of this mesh a little bit. I will just say plus 150 on it, you know. So if you see on the screen, it will move up a little bit like that, right? Makes sense because
Mhm.
I moved this thing up by 150. Notice I didn't move collision with this collision. This is where like the it uses like the physics detection. But this thing is a mesh. This is the visual of it. The visual of the sphere. I move it up. But the collision is still down there. So this is messed up. Don't do this. I only do this to show you the sample of like how the modify actually works. You know, and then if I compile save. So this is save. So when I click on this, click on the top, click the class default, and then now if I show modify, so you would see this line, right? Because I modifying this location, this mesh location is now different from my parent, so it would show here. Make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I will do modify one more thing just to like showcase it. So you see this thing called projectile movement? If I click on this, I go to projectile speed. Hey, you know, this thing move at speed of 2000. But my child, I want my child to move only at like 200 speed. So this will move a lot slower than my parent, right?
Hmm.
And then again, if I go here, go class default, and then if I show modify, it would tell you like, oh, this is what you did different from your parents. So you move this thing up a little bit, and then you actually modify the speed. I don't know what is the initial speed on the parent, but I know it is not 200. That is what it tells you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you understand why this modify is probably one of the best button in the editor. Like 100%. I think this thing is omega useful because when I want to go check something, I say, okay, I know what the parent class can do, but I want to know what did you change, you know, and that is basically the answer to the question. Like, hey, if I click on this, it will tell me what did you change. Tell me what you changed so far. And then most of the time when I check, like, wow, who changed this thing? You change this thing from working to not working anymore because you idiot. Why you check this button? There will be some
Yeah.
checkbox here that you're not supposed to check that button, but I guess you make a child and then you check the button, and I would say like, why you check that? you know. So this modifier probably will tell me everything that someone tried to modify and being stupid about it. Yeah, that is basically what it is. Okay, we don't need this child anymore because we will showcase what we want to show. So we'll go back down here. I will delete this child. I don't need it. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, goodbye. The child is dead. Okay, we go check all the other things. So, okay, that is one. That projectile. Oh, we forget to check what the actual projectile could do. So, okay, what we know so far is this thing have the BP, but we did not check what projectile can do. So we'll check this thing in the CVP real quick. So here, uh, we don't care about that. Close.
Wait, how did you open it in CVP?
Oh, I click on it. So here, I click. I literally just left click this.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
Yeah, and if you open this thing from the Visual Studio, it should bring you back here because it know how to link this thing back to each other. Uh, and then I'm sorry I'm on dark mode, so I don't know this is easier to read or harder to read, but well, whatever, deal with it. I don't want to be blind. I don't want it to be white and my eye will hurt. So this is better in the long run for my eyeballs. If it is hard to read, I'm sorry, but I'm used to this. So okay, what we can gather from here, there is some. Should I do it here or should I wait a little bit? I guess okay. First thing that you can do from here, there is some good shortcut or hotkey that you should know. What is it? Okay, let me pull out the notepad because this notepad will now a little more useful. Actually, I will note it on the off screen. I will show it later. Okay, but first thing that is useful here, if you notice we have .h here, right?
Yeah.
So the C++ normally consists of two things. It is the .h is the header file. This thing will basically be like kind of like a summary of what this thing can do. And then if you go to another one called a CPP, it have the actual implementation of what that thing actually do, right? So this thing is what it can do. Another one is how it do it. So to go between these two, you press hold control, press KO, and then it
Okay.
will, yeah, hold control and then KO. You can do the opposite. If you are on CPU, you can control KO. It will bring you back to .h. So this is how you like swap between these two quickly. Or else it
Hmm.
will be annoying to actually find something. Okay. Well, I guess I can show another way to find something. So this also used a lot. So okay, if I quick peek back into this thing, so we have in the blueprint here, right? So we are now on the twin stick projectile, right? Let's open one more thing. Why not? This one. Guess we can do pick up. Okay. So okay, we will not dive into this thing right now. I just want to show you that if we go to here on the top right, the parent class is the pickup in CPP, right? So if I click on it, it will open the pickup, right? Right here.
Yes.
So now we have three files open. One is the projectile.h, projectile.cpp. I open the pickup. Now we have the third one. So another way, if you know what you are looking for by name, so in this case, we know we kind of want to look for twin stick pickup.cpp, right? So if you know
Hmm.
what you are looking for, you can hold control and comma. Control comma will bring you that thing. This is probably the main way you look for anything. So right now, if I want to filter search, I just say, hey, I know I want pickup. So I just type pickup. Oh, that's a lot of pickup. You can scroll. You can see how many pickup you have. These are the pickup files that you can pick up. My God, it's so many. Okay, so maybe this keyword sucks, so we have to do a little bit there with the twin stick maybe. Oh, after you do that, now you have only not many. You have only 3 or 4 things. So as long as you know what you are looking for, this will give you literally everything that you will ever need that consists of the keyword you put here. So, but we found what we want here, right? We have twinstick.h, twinstick pickup.cp, so you can double click on this basically. If you double click, you will open the file you want. Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, if you know exactly what you are looking for, just control, comma, type whatever you want here, and then open the thing. If you don't know what you want, you'll read the keyword search anyway, because like in this case, what would I type, right? If I know I look for pickup, I will just type pickup. And then it doesn't give me enough filter. You can just keep typing more stuff until you get to the thing you guess you want. But sometimes that is a little too slow. That you have .h, you want to look for CDP. It's just a better way, just control KO. That's it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, anyway, we don't care about the pickup right now. I just want to showcase you a little bit how to navigate. Another thing that is useful to navigate around is like this. Uh, we'll get to that. Okay. But at least for now, okay, I will just close the pickup. We don't need it right now. I'll just close both of them. Oh, by the way, if yours don't look like me, you can click this thing. On the top right, it has, I think the default mode of Visual Studio, it gives you this. It looks like this. It opens this way.
Right, right. Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, so you have this thing. When you click here, you can pick. I think open to the left is better for navigation, so I do this way. But if you don't like it, if you want to navigate on top, you are free to do so. You like navigate on right. Oh God, I don't even know what this thing is like. Ew, I don't know. I don't like that. And you know what? You go to the left for me. But you can pick whatever you want. I choose to do left. That's mine. And then you can do anything here. Whatever your choice you want to be, pick what you want. You can group by project. You can sort by whatever the heck you want. I don't care. Your problem. I sort by alphabet. If you want to sort by open, your choice. Not my problem. As long as you can navigate and you are comfortable with it, sure, go ahead. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. So far in typing on the other side a little bit. Uh, what else can I tell you? I told you control KO. I told you control comma. What else did I tell you? Oh, not yet. Okay. So another next thing you should know, or next 2 things, or next 3 things actually. So if we look at .h here, right? Imagine we don't even have CPP open. You know, this is .h alone. When you look at the thing and they're like, I wonder where this thing is. Like, you want to know what is the projectile stop actually do, right? Because if you read this thing, okay, this is about projectile. Let's read what we have here. So this a actor. This is a base class from Unreal called actor. It doesn't really do anything. It's like the base, but the only thing it actually famous for is it have replication built in for it, which means if you want to do anything multiplayer, you need replication to replicate the value from the server to the client. And if you make
Hmm.
the thing actor, you kind of imply this thing have auto replication for you. It's just like less work for you to actually, if you try to do something networking, if you imagine this thing, the host and the client should see this same thing. Like clearly when you shoot projectile, right? You want the client and the server to see the same thing. Then you probably make it something that replicatable, which is in this case, just make it actor. Don't use too much brain cell on it. Make it freaking actor. You know, that
Hmm.
that is what I want to say. Yeah, just make actor. Just don't think too much. Anything one replication, just make it at least actor. Another thing called U object that is like the more base of this. That thing does not have replication come with it. The only benefit of using that is it is more lightweight. Like it doesn't eat your performance. After have something built into it to actually like burn your performance more, but it comes with replication. So if you don't want that and you know you will never ever need replication on that thing, you can consider using U object, whatever. But I would say if you don't need too much brain cell and you don't try to do something like spawn 5,000 thing on screen, then maybe it don't bother to choose accent. I know what I just said. It sounds like bad, uh, what you call bad advice. It kind of like bad advice, but it's bad advice if you know what you are doing. If you don't know what are you doing, this is like the common like safe advice that it will not mess you up in the future.
Hmm.
Yeah. But if you know what you are doing, what I say is really bad. Because in theory, you should not, oh, this thing does not need replication, therefore you should not use actor. Because it comes with the baggage that you don't want.
Hmm.
But if you don't know what you are doing, just use something that is a more safe, which is this. Okay, well, anyway, let's read what this thing can do real quick. So this thing come from a actor. Just assume it have nothing in there except like it have some like replication, like ignore the location or something about it, because actor like, oh, this is your location. It can replicate to the outside, so you just know it is right here. But except some of those basics, this projectile what it can do is it have collision sphere. Oh yeah, makes sense, right? Because it's supposed to have collision. It can hit the wall. It can hit the enemy. So that is what it is. It have mesh. So this is the visual. It is the actual visual of the sphere that you see. We just mess with it. We move it up 150, right? And then you see that it have collision down there. It have the visual up there. So the mesh is the visual. The collision sphere is the one that actually do the work of hitting people. This is the physics. Make sense? You follow?
So the mesh is like, well, you can't interact with it.
You cannot interact with the mesh. Well, I mean, technically you can. You can set the collision on the mesh itself like this, right? Like this. You see the mesh?
Hmm.
This is the mesh. This is a collision. Make sense?
So like with what? So without the collision, like you can't
You,
touch the mesh.
yeah, when you shoot this thing into the wall, it will pass through the wall. Without the collision, it will not hit enemy. It will not hit the ground.
Okay.
It will not hit the wall. It will have this
Okay.
blue balls flying straight forever. So the mesh is
Okay.
just a visual. Though technically, the mesh itself, you can set collision on the mesh. This because hey, you see this? The mesh itself say no collision. That is why it does not hit anything. But in theory, you can have the mesh and set the collision on the mesh, so the mesh itself can also interact with the wall if you choose to. But that the TLDR for that is having the mesh trying to collide with stuff is kind of messy, and if possible, you don't want to do it because the mesh itself doesn't have to be sphere; it can be any shape. And then in theory, you have to go into those shape and then set it to be like if imagine you have like the mesh look like a deer, you know, you will have to like make the deer collision. Imagine how messy it is or how painful it is to make deer collision.
So you have to make them. Like
Yeah,
you have
you
to
have
find.
to make them. You probably have to handcraft them to like, okay, this look like a deer now, so deer can have collision, or else
God.
it would not be realistic for the deer to have collision, right? If you did not bother to make the deer shape collision on it, so that's why people say, hey, normally when you make the mesh, or at least this is the standard. Normally people make the mesh, make it no collision, and then you put the actual collision around the mesh itself to fake the collision. So in this case, you just make a sphere on the sphere mesh. On some of them, you might make a box collision here. Instead of collision sphere, it will be a collision box, and then it will be a box. Well, I mean, there is something on the screen. Oh, here. I guess this map doesn't have it. On the other map, it have that. You remember? there is a box sphere, a box collision that you can run into when we do the strategy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude can walk into the box and then he kick it. Yeah, that is. I bet you if we go to that, is it here? I think it is here. Oh, it is here. Okay, we can quick revisit the strategy real quick. I bet you some of them will be a box. Oh crap. Okay, it's not in here. Sorry, can't show you that. It is on the map itself. You put the box with the collision on it, on the actual map. It doesn't have the blueprint, unfortunately, so I cannot show you. But okay, anyway, that's the point. Yeah.
Mm.
So okay, come back to here, right? So we have an actual collision here. We have the mesh with the visual here. It have the projectile movement. If you want to know what is projectile movement, you can quick check this. Oh, well, that's a pickup. That's not the projectile. Okay, here, right? So if you click on it, like each of these have its own property on the right side. If you click on this one, then you can see this is what the projectile movement gives you. Normally, it is what you guess it is. It gives you, oh, this is the speed. This is the max speed. Some of them say, oh, can it be affected by gravity? Gravity. Like this means it does not affect by gravity. I can show you something real quick then. If I click this, right, and then I shoot, you notice this thing have no gravity because it flies straight, right?
Hmm.
So what if I go here, change, change the gravity to 1, which means now it was affected by gravity, right? And then if I press play, and then I shoot, guess what? It go on the ground. You see that? It bounce the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it affected by gravity, right? What if I give minus? Now I'm curious. If I give -1, is it gonna float up? Let's go -3. I think this called defy gravity at this point. I'm curious. It actually fly up. You see that?
Wow, you
Yeah.
can't hit them.
Well, I can if I try. But
You
yeah,
have to be
this thing
really
now
close.
float up because it gravity, but it gravity backward, right? So instead of falling down, now it float up. This
Mm.
is disgusting. But okay, I think that yeah. Let me change back to what it's supposed to be, which is 0. Okay, this thing can go back to no gravity.
Mm.
Okay, well, I
Okay,
think
wait, pause for a second.
pause for a second. So like here, if you check projectile movement, it's like it have anything that's supposed to be about projectile movement. It will shoot faster, shoot forward. It follow the direction of what you can do. It can bounce. You have the word shoot bounce here. Whatever you can check this later. Yeah, you can do the gravity and stuff. Whatever that in common sense, what's supposed to be about projectile and movement. It should be in here. Then you can configure something, whatever. We don't care about that right now. Okay, if we come back here, what we know is at the twin stick projectile.h is what this thing have, which is it have sphere collision, it have visual, it have movement. The only thing it can do here is can notify hit, which means if it hits something, it do this, and it have projectile stop. What does it mean? Comment here. It say if this thing hits something and the projectile decide to stop, it do something. I don't know. Like, okay, the two other things you need to know about Visual Studio, or three things, is if you see this thing like, hey, notify hit or projectile stop. What does this thing do? Can I jump to this thing? What it does? So to jump, you press F12.
F12.
Yeah, you click on the name of it and the F12 it jump to the thing. So in this case, it will jump to the implementation of it, right? So if your projectile stop, it destroys them. If this thing notify hit, it do two things. Oh, what does it do? When it hits something, when this projectile hits something, what it do is it check if this thing hit NPC. NPC is the enemy, by the way, and then it tell the
Hmm.
NPC, hey, projectile impact. Some projectile hit on you. By the way, that is what it say. So projectile when it hit, it tell the NPC something hit you, and then it destroy itself. That's it. So okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty much how you read it. So if you're curious about something, you click on it and you F12. The opposite side also true. If you are in here implementation, you want to go back to the header file, the .h file, you click on the thing, notify it, press F12, and then you jump back here. So you can jump back and forth basically,
Mm.
right? So okay, so the next thing, that thing is F12 is useful. And another one that is useful is if you click around and don't know where you come from, this called navigate back and navigate forward. So if you click this thing, I press F12, so I jump here, I go look somewhere, like I click around. So when I want to navigate back, I call control minus. It jump back to where I come from. So see, I'm down here, and then if I press that, I go back up here, and then if I press again, it will go back to the header because I come from there. And navigate forward is control shift minus. So in a way, it like undo and redo, but it's not undo the thing. It just navigate back to where you come from. You can try it yourself. You will understand.
It's not working for me. Control Shift minus.
Control minus is go back. Control shift minus is go forward.
Oh, okay, okay. It works now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, those two are super useful because like when I click around like on like 14 files and then I want to go back to where I come from. It's like control back, until I go to okay, stop here. I now at the place that I want to stop. But yeah, that pretty much it. Okay, so far this is the only five thing that useful in Visual Studio. Is a KO, is a comma, is F12, and then navigate back, navigate forward. Those are the five things that I use the most. To be fair, there's a 99% of the action I do in Visual Studio, except typing the actual code. Okay, we good, we good.
Yes.
Okay, we good. We can just scroll the rest real quick. All right, speed time. So we go back here. We gonna check like how the rest of this real quick, and then that's gonna be it. I don't think you care, but we can quick check. Okay, we check the projectile. We can quick check the controller. Uh, go to here, check what it does. Basically, you can just read the header, and you get the idea of what it's supposed to do, right? So what does this thing do? It's player controller. It have mapping. Oh, okay, do the mapping here. Interesting. It have mobile controller. It have character class. And what it do? It do set up the input into process. Oh, this is a little too much. You don't want to know about this right now, but we can jump one thing. We can F12 this guy, set up, right? So this is where it do the IMC, and they do like the input mapping here, whatever. I don't think you care about this right now. So this class is a whatever for you. You don't really care. So let's go back to here. Yeah, the controller is not that useful for now. You don't care. Okay, the pickup look a lot more useful. So let's check that real quick, right?
Hmm.
So you click on that. You have this. You jump to the parent like every other time, and then you read what pickup can do. Again, you can just read the header, and then if you're curious about something, you jump to read the actual CVP. If you don't care, you can just read the header and just. The funny thing is, about programming is you rely halfway through whatever whoever put this thing here. You trust that he do his job, and then if you ran into a bug, you now start picking this guy like, what you do? What did you do wrong? Why I have the bug? But before you get the bug, you trust what this dude did and hope he did what he said to us and don't lie. It bears 50% on trust until it does not, and then you start being picky to this guy. But okay, let's read what this guy do. So this is a pickup. It have collision sphere. It have the mesh, and then it have when actor overlap. This is when your actor or when your player walk into the area of that pickup, it do something, right? The rest of this To be fair, doesn't look useful. You have sphere and mesh. Who care? You care about this one. So let's jump this thing real quick. F12. You read what this thing does. This thing says when someone are in the radius, it checks if this character, if whatever that walk into your radius or your collision is, if it is the player, which implies if you are not the player, it just don't care, right? If it is the player, it do this. It do character dot add pick up, and then it destroy itself. Aha! So this way it add the bomb, right?
Mm.
And then now, okay, we get to the tricky part. Now you just curious, what is player dot add pick up actually do? So you F12 this guy, right? And then now you come here. Oh, this is what add pick up do. So it is on the character. Yeah, this is how you read it, right? It is on the character add pick up. It plus mean plus one on the item, and then it update the item.
Oh, that's the bomb, right?
That is a bomb, yes.
So,
And then
like
now you
every time
curious.
you
Uh
with
huh.
the
Yeah,
enemies.
every time you walk into, okay, navigate back, control, control minus, right? This like when you are in the radius of the bomb, it check your character add pick up, and then the bomb, not the bomb, the pick up destroy itself, right? And then you go back into the pick up, and then what add pick up do? It plus one on item, and then it update item. What is update item do? I don't know. I click on it, press F12, and then you keep reading, right? It say, it grab the game mode. It do game mode add item use. I don't know what item use means. But guess what? You F12, and now you say, this is from the game mode item use. What does it do? You add the value. It update the value of the UI widget. It changed the number on the UI to be the new value. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how you read it. And after you finish reading, you navigate back control minus, control minus, control minus, control minus, control minus more, control minus until you want to stop. I guess we'll stop here. We are back to the .h file. Easy, easy. That is why I say control minus is super useful because it
Mm.
go back to
How
where
does
you
it
come from. Huh?
how does it know like what point is like another control minus stopping point?
It's a no stop. It's a keep going.
So like if I'm on like a really if I'm on like one file that has like a bunch of code and then I'm just like scrolling and then I pause like
Scroll
every
doesn't
one
count.
second.
You have to click. You have to actually move your cursor. It remember the
Okay.
last time where your cursor is. So like if I am here, and then I click up here, right? And then when I control minus, you notice it come back here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it remember where your scroll is, and then when you move your scroll, then yeah, it can go back and forth between those things.
Okay.
Most of the time, this happens when you F12 to something, because your cursor move from this page to the next page where you F12 to, right? That's like useful to come back from it. But yeah, that's pretty much how you read everything or try to understand anything. I wonder what this thing do F12, F12, F12 until you stop being curious. That's pretty much it. Okay, are we good? Are we good
Yeah.
on this file? Okay, so let's quick check the rest. We only have not many left. Where are we now? Uh, wrong screen, this one. Okay, we check the pickup. We don't care about game mode. Not now. Whatever. Twin stick character. Is it gonna have something? I guess we don't have to really check the bomb. We can quick check the bomb. Let's quick check, quick check, quick check. So this is the bomb. What does the bomb do? Ooh, there is so many things the bomb do. Okay, we can quick read this thing. The bomb, like you might guess, it is also an actor. It has sphere, visual. It have collision. Oh, it have two sphere. Oh yeah, because the bomb have two sphere. You remember that? One
Yeah.
is the one that actually do collision, and one is a big glowing bomb sphere. Okay. It do the tick AoE timer, and it have the stop. Oh, because the bomb doesn't bomb, it stay on the field for like 2 seconds. Remember that? It's not instantly disappear. That's why it have a timer on it.
Mhm.
It's probably a ticking bomb, right?
Right.
And then this thing tick. Okay, if you read here, it tell you it tick every 0.3 seconds, and then it stop at 1 second. So it's like it's a 3 tick every 0.3 seconds that it do the AoE damage. That is what it's doing it is. You scroll down here, nothing really important. You can play and play is normally not important. Who care? Tick AoE, stop AoE. AoE finished. Not really anything useful from what we saw. I mean, we can understand from the context here. It just do AoE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like my guess, that thing is not important. The character, whatever. Do you want to check the character? Get you can quick check. Again, we go here, we go here. We read the character. Ooh, character did so many things. My God, this file is long.
Hmm.
We can quick read this. Okay, quick read. Okay, so the .h file, what does it do? It have the camera. Oh, the camera is stick behind your head. Oh wait, actually it's floating in the air. It have move action. Oh yeah, this is all the action. Remember the action when we have the IMC, the input mapping thing.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
can move, we can stick aim, we can mouse aim. Okay, this might worth checking on it. It can dash, and then it can shoot. It can do AOE. Ooh, this hard to find already. Good. Okay, it have dash impulse and whatever. It have projectile class, which is basically what you shoot, right? You shoot this thing. Whatever. AOE attack class is your bomb. It have the item count on here. Oh, you have one item. When you start the game, you have one bomb. That's what we say here. If you change it to more than one, then you get more than one. Knockback strength. This is when the enemy ran into you, it knocked you back a little bit. You remember that? Yeah, this is what it comes from. It comes from here.
Oh, okay. So that's why I
That's
moved
why,
back with
yeah.
grand.
Yeah, you
Okay.
move backward when you get hit by enemy. It is here. If you change this to be more, then you can knock back further.
Mm.
Uh, last AOE time. No, it's not useful. No one care. Controller, whatever. Using mouse. Why using mouse here? I think this thing it know when you use a mouse or it know when you use controller. So it switch this somehow. Whatever it do, I
Yeah.
don't know. Right. What else? Auto fire. Oh, it have auto fire. Okay. Uh, it's kinda whatever. Begin play, end play. Not important. Not important. Not important. Tick. Yeah, whatever. Set the input this when you do the mapping again. This is the action. It do the move. It do the stick in. Okay, whatever. Down here it do move. Okay, I see where this is going. I don't know you know, but we will get there in a little bit, and then you will know what this thing actually means real quick. But handle damage. Okay, add pick up update. I think we already saw two of this because we jumped here last time. Okay, so I think we start here the way where's the setup thingy? This one. So okay, we jump here first, F12, like last time. When you don't know anything, you F12, right? So if you see here, this control F search, just normal control F, nothing special. Oh, it doesn't go anywhere. Whatever. Okay. So this thing say is set up player input. So you remember the IMC stuff, it eventually come here. And then what it does, it map your move action. See, the first part is your action. The later part is the function it triggers. So you say, hey, when you move action, then you trigger this function called move. When you do the stick aim action, then it call the function here called stick aim function.
Mm-hmm.
So forth, the same thing, right? When you do shoot action, trigger this twin stick character shoot function. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if I click on here, I F12, so it brings you to the move function, which is right here. So if I go here, it will shoot, right? And then I F12, it will bring you to the shoot action down here. But okay, we don't care about that right now. We go from the top, so we go move first, like this one, right? So we jump to move. It is right here. So if your input mapping say, hey, I do move it trigger move action. It have the value here. So what did it do? It read this value. It put it into the do move function with x and y. You start to see where it is going. When you do stick aim, it read the value, put it in the function called do aim with x and y.
Yeah.
And this is like everything here is like the dash is the same thing. When you do the dash action, it comes with the value. But I guess the value on dash doesn't really matter, so it just trigger the function called do dash. Because like you guess, right, when you press the dash button, the value can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You just do the dash, right? Who cares, right? It
Hmm.
doesn't need the actual value, not like the move, right? If you do the move, you can like move in this direction, that direction. When you dash, you just freaking dash, right? Again, when you shoot, you just do shoot. It doesn't matter. The value there, it is there, but it doesn't matter. You don't care. So you do the shoot. The same goes for here. When you do the bomb, it's a trigger to do bomb, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so now you see the pattern here. Like it just like map the action and trigger the function with the value show up in there. So if you come down here, you start to get to the do move, the area that you do stuff, right? So it comes with the x and y. The do move, like you might guess what it does. It just, hey, if you move your stick in this x and y direction, it just add the movement input in that x and y value, which means you like move in the x-axis or y-axis, right? So this is how you kind of move up, down, left, right. That basically it. That is a do move. Move on. Do aim. Do aim. Do the same thing like this one, but instead of do move with the input, this thing just like aim into like it change your character rotation into where your stick is looking. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, and it have something down here. So this is a little interesting. It have auto fire. So if you actually put in your joystick, when you move the stick into the direction, it also shoot for you. You don't have to click the shoot button. It auto shoot when you use the stick. I guess to more convenient. I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then do dash. Do dash doesn't do anything. Oh, like what you say. When you press the dash button, it launch your character in with the impulse that you put back there. So if I F12 here with this power 2500, I don't know how much it go, but yeah, that is the distance it go, I guess. Or I mean, in this case, impulse is physics. It push you with the force of 2500. I don't know how far it go with 2500. That is what it say here, right? And then it go into the direction that you last move. That is your movement, right? So if you press left and then you press the dash, it just dash left. Again, if you go to the shoot, what it does is here when you do the shoot command, it check where you are in your character right now, and then it set the location of the projectile. This is the projectile, right? And it spawn at the location that you tell it to spawn with the class. The class is the projectile class, which is what we have there,
Hmm.
right? So it spawn that thing in this location when you press the shoot. When you do AoE, so we do the same thing as projectile. Instead of spawn the projectile itself, it just spawn the bomb instead. So if you go down here, does it do it? Does it do it? Yeah, it do spawn actor, the same thing here, right? It spawn the thing with that class, the bomb class, where you are. Oh, it do something a little extra here. Oh, it -1 your item. Makes sense. And then it update the UI of the item. Oh, okay, that makes sense, right? What else I do? It do handle damage. This is when enemy ran into you. You say, hey, you take damage, and oh, there is damage direction. So I guess the
Hmm.
direction is where this guy is, like the opposite side from you, and he push you to the wherever that guy is supposed to push you, you know, the facing direction. Yeah, and they punch you with this knockback strength. I guess it doesn't do any damage for you because it have the damage, but it doesn't even use it. Therefore, you did not actually take damage, right? And then this add pickup there. Oh, you add pickup. You plus one item. Top here is you minus one item. This is plus one item. Right? And then the item use or whatever. Okay, we done. We done with this one. Any question?
Mm, pause for a second.
Pause for a second. Okay, I think yeah, that is all the most important thing. There is some AI in here. I don't think the AI is important, at least for now, because it's basically the character, but it has something like here. I think this is how AI actually works. It's like a state machine that is like go here, look for the player. This AI doesn't do anything except move to the player. It doesn't even have shoot, which makes sense.
Hmm.
Like those guys only move towards you and that's it. Like yeah, this AI is this dumb, but we can check this out later, whatever. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up for now. Uh, to be fair, maybe I can talk about like what we want to do with it, but I don't feel like it for today. Maybe next time when we start, I will start with okay, now that we have this information, what do we want to do with it, right? But at least right now we understood what we have. What we want to do with it, we can talk it next time. Any
Yeah.
question before we stop for today?
No, I think I pretty much understood everything. So we just looked at like the properties of all the different, what do we call it, blueprints?
Blueprints, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of got the gist of it. I mean, there were a lot of functions that I didn't know
There
what they
is a
do, but
lot of stuff in here, but yeah, it looked like a lot of stuff, but it's not really a lot of stuff so far. But conceptually, yeah, it's pretty
yeah, I feel
good.
like if
Yeah,
we like work with it over time, I'll just start to understand how it all works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can wrap it up for today. And then next time, I think the first thing is we can talk about what we want to do with what we have. Uh, if you want to know a little bit of the spoiler, I think the next time I want to talk about it. Oh, okay. Well, the first thing or first two thing I want to have for this thing is like how can we add the HP on both the enemy and the player so they don't get one shot. I want them to have like character stats, right? Because like you might guess, every game probably should have character stats, so you can do something fancy about it. Like this thing is too simple right now. You want to add something, but yeah, that can be next time because that is a lot of stuff to talk about.
Hmm.
But okay, for now, I think we understood what we have, and that is good enough. To be fair, this is already too long. I do not think it should be that long, but well, it is what it is. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Any questions before we stop the recording for today?
Nope.
Okay, then we good. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I see you next time then.
Thank you. See you.
See you.